What is going on, trading world? In this video, I want to share with you guys 3 books that actually made a real difference in my trading, and one of these books completely changed my life forever. All right, one of these books made a 360 in my life. Also, we haven't done a giveaway on the channel in a very long time, and I promised that I'd be doing tons of giveaways this year. So one of the books that we talk about today, I actually want to give away to somebody. At the end of the video, I will explain how you can easily enter that giveaway and get one of these books for yourself. All right, now the first book that I have on the list is this one, which I actually have a physical copy of. It's called the Candlestick Trading Bible, and I don't know how to say the author's name, so I'm not even gonna try. Anyways, this book, I mean, it's not really the best trading book out there or anything even close to that remotely, but it's kind of like one of those books. As a trader, if you know you're on the path of reading some of these books, you kind of got to knock this one out. I think this book is much more suited for newer traders. You know, if you're just starting out trading, or if you've been trading for less than a year, you're not very familiar with candlestick patterns, things like that. At this current time, I don't trade any indicators. I have nothing on my charts. I'm purely price action. So candlestick patterns for me are pretty important, because listen, by the time I read this book, when I read this book, like once I finally bought it and actually started reading it, I would say 80% of the stuff in this book I already knew. This isn't really the book for the most advanced trader. You know, if you're really far into your trading journey, this book's not going to be for you. Let's just, you know, let's be honest. But if you're somebody who's new, who's still struggling, things like that, you know, definitely give it a read. It goes into candlestick trading patterns, market structure, time frames, trading tactics, you know, engulfing candlesticks, things like that, and it kind of just walks you through the anatomy of a candlestick on different time frames. So you know, it's something that I had to put on the list. I think of it in a way like, what if I was starting all over again and this was my first year and I was looking for YouTube videos on top 3 trading books? This is probably something I'd want on that list. But now, you know, I am reading other trading books, other more advanced books, but I think this would be the most suited #1 pick. Number 2 on the list is Trading in the Zone. Yes, this is not it. I actually had a copy of that book and I gave it to my friend who never returned it. But Trading in the Zone, definitely a book I think every trader should read. You know, whether you're advanced, you're not advanced, whether you've been trading 1 year, 5 years, and a lot of you probably have already read it anyways. This book really digs deep into the mindset of traders. Like, Mark Douglas did an amazing job of telling different stories from different traders. I remember reading that book, man, in 3 days straight, and I think it was like on a weekend, on a long weekend I read it, and on the Monday I completely stopped my trading. You know what I mean? I completely stopped my trading. I took a break for a week. It really made me think about how important psychology is in trading, and the way Mark Douglas kind of explains some of the concepts in the book are just insane. From, like, you know, traders that have been trading for 15, 20 years, but they keep being stuck in this losing mindset. You know, it's, at least I think trading is 80% you know, mental, 20% technical, and Mark Douglas does a great job of explaining why. Just your mindset alone can make such a big difference in your trading. So when I read this book and I tried to like really change my mindset into a positive mindset, into a winning mindset, and try to incorporate some of the things that he talked about in the book, it definitely made a big difference. I think the biggest takeaway that I had from this book was, though, realizing that how much of a difference our emotions, our mindset, our happiness, the way we look at things, how small things like that can actually make a difference in your trading. Okay, there are some core concepts that Mark Douglas goes into in this book, where he actually talks about, you know, some traders that are so in the zone, you know, mentally, not just actually visually, not just looking at the charts, but, you know, mentally, emotionally, they're so in the zone that they're actually in sync with the chart. So it's almost like when you're in that zone, when you're mentally and emotionally on that level with your trading, you can almost anticipate the next move, and that's how some of the greatest traders trade. I think last year there came a point when I was doing so well with my trading, I was so emotionally there, my mindset was so sharp and positive that I could sometimes anticipate some of the moves that were going to happen before on the charts. And as I started to have, you know, worse weeks and worse months, you know, I could see that fade away. So confidence and psychology really play a big role in your trading. A lot of great concepts, you know, Mark Douglas shared in this really wakes you up to some of the things that you never really even paid attention to in your trading. So I feel like mindset is key, and Trading in the Zone is a book that it's a must read for anybody who is a trader out there. All right, let's move on to the 3rd book. All right, I'll be guilty as charged. All right, this was kind of clickbait because this 3rd book is not really a trading book, okay? But I feel like I had to put it on the list. Listen to me, when I say this book changed my life, I mean this book literally changed my life, all right? I think I read this first in at the end of 2017, starting of 2018. The impact that this book had on my life, man, insane. I don't think I would have ever reached my trading career. Even when I was, working at my last company, I don't think I would have reached those heights had I not read this book, been able to get myself out of some shitty situations and actually, go through some of the pain that trading brings into your life, the resilience that I had to have to really level up my trading. If I didn't read this book, I swear to God, I don't think I would have made it this far. So please bear with me that this is not a trading book, but if I think somebody out there is, struggling somewhere in their life, it's gonna show up in your trading, okay? And we'll talk about that in a second. This book, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen, is called Awake the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. And over the course of the last 4 years, man, I've had maybe 5 copies of this book. I don't have the book. The reason I don't have the book is because I think the first time I gave it to a family member, one time I gave it to my cousin before he moved to another country. The last one I actually gave away to a co-worker before I quit my job who was going through, some struggles in their life, and they were asking me about some advice. So I was like, yo, here's the book. So I just want to talk about why I included this book in the list of, a list that should have really had trading books in it, right? The reason is a lot of new traders, or even, seasoned traders, we sometimes forget one thing, and I think it's really important, is if some aspect of your life is suffering, it could be a little bit of financial, it could be emotional, it could be, issues with your partner, spouse, your girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend, or just, your parents. I personally don't think you should start trading until you have some kind of stability in your life. So finding, a little bit of financial stability, emotional, just cleaning up some areas of your life first before you jump into trading. Anything in life that is really messing with you, on a mental level will show up on the charts, all right? If you're not doing good, if you're not healthy, if you're not happy, I don't think trading is something that you should really be focusing too much on right now. I think the best way to approach trading really is to get yourself in a really good mindset. Have everything else in your life at least somewhat structured, okay? Financially, your life has to have some kind of stability in it for you to actually, pay attention to the charts without freaking out every 5 minutes or so. When you have stability in your life, at least some kind of stability in your life, you're able to focus much more on the charts, all right? And that's why I included this book, because this book completely changed my life from, at that time I was in a really shitty situation, with whatever was going on with my life at that time. And so when I read this book, man, it made a huge difference in my life. It made me take the next step of what I wanted to do, and that was, I got a really good job, and I improved my life, things like that. And with that job, and while I got that really good job, things transpired and I got introduced to trading, and then trading was like a train wreck for the first 2 years. Was brutal, man. I was just getting slaughtered in these markets, losing every single day, depressed, whatever. And had I not read this book, because this book really taught me to believe in myself, make a goal for what I want to do and go after it, and really not let anything come in the way. So a lot of people that I talked about this in my last vlog and the last video I did, people give up on their trading careers. People give up because they don't actually make it to that, that time period, that timeline that's written. Like for them, it's going to take you 3 years, all right? And you give up in 2.5 years. So this book, man, gives you a lot of resilience. It gives you a lot of strength to really push on, because and it's not just for trading. This book really does it for every area in your life. But I kind of read this book. I read this book, changed my life, brought some stability in, and then when I was struggling with my trading, I actually ordered another copy and I read it again. Really stamp into my mind, like, this is what I want to do. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take me. One day I'm gonna be funded. One day I'm gonna quit my job. One day I'm gonna make trading my full-time income. And I think this book played a pretty big role in me being able to accomplish that. So I wanted to include this book in this top 3. Really wanted to keep this video nice and short, so you just got 3 good books to give a read. If you got any value out of this video, man, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now for the giveaway, I'm gonna give away this book, the Candlestick Trading Bible. I will send it to you wherever you are in the world. Really easy to enter. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram, and in a couple of days, probably next week, Sunday, I'll probably do an IG live and I'll post it on my Instagram as well. So you'll have about 24 to 48 hours. See if you won the book, and if you did, hit me up and I'll send it to you wherever you are in the world.